Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Oakland Athletics at the Oakland Coliseum. On the mound for Detroit is Bruce Robbins, whose record is 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA. And pitching for the A's is Brian Kingman, whose record is 11-13 with a 4.98 ERA. And so we find ourselves on a 3-game winning streak. I feel like it's too little too late, but we are still in it. We're 8 back with 11 to go, so we're going to have to win all 11. And the best that the Yankees can do is 3-8 in those last 11. So you're saying there's a chance, but we'll see how that plays out. Things are not looking so good. We had a doubleheader yesterday. And in the first game was Bark at the Park. And then in the second game, it was a Star Wars night. And unfortunately, the ushers did not clean up after Bark in the Park. And there were a lot of Chewbacca's that had poop on their feet. Just kind of a mess. I feel bad about it. But we're going to move on to today's game. Oh, I just wanted to point out one thing really interesting. Just for the heck of it, I decided to look to see if there were any free agents. And as it turns out, Boston cut Carl Yastrzemski. The Pirates cut Willie Stargell, who was batting .320. And you can see there's a couple other popular names. Ted Sizemore played second base for the Cardinals for a while. Good old Buddy Harrelson on the 69 Mets. Paul Blair, of course, 2-time World Series winner for the Orioles, and Bill Robinson, who borderline Hall of Famer, maybe deserved more consideration. But I just thought that was weird. I hadn't noticed that before, that there were so many, popular names out there on the free agent market. I really don't look at it very often because I pretty much always go with what I have. But I decided to take a look at it, and there you go. There were some big names there. So after winning yesterday's game, all of our bullpen is still available, as Rozema pitched almost 6 innings of shutout ball, so pretty decent by him. And here's our lineup against the righty Brian Kingman. Steve Kemp listed as tired, so I took him out, and I put in Gibby in left field. He had an error in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday in left field. So we continue to make a multitude of errors in the field, which is becoming more and more frustrating, as I've already been reminded. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup rundown for Detroit. And over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps card that represents that player. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and DHing today is Dan Gonzalez. Batting seventh and in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting eighth and at third base is Richie Hebner. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Moreno. Pitching for the A's is Brian Kingman, 26 years old, making his 29th start on the year. 11-13, 4.98 ERA. Opponents are batting .286 against him. 2 complete games and 1 shutout. And I'm sure most of you remember that in 1980, Brian Kingman lost 20 games. He was the last player to lose 20 before Mike Maroth of my Tigers lost 21. In 2003, it was definitely before the Tigers turned it around. So here's Sweet Lou leading off the game against Brian Kingman. And he sends a fly ball into left center field. It's caught by the left fielder Bryant for the first out. That's 1 down. Next up is Trammell. Trammell's going to get an infield hit to second base. I just noticed that the center fielder is Dave Edwards, not Ricky Henderson. And well below average fielding rating. So Trammell on first base. Here's JT. Oh, JT's going to take a third strike looking. So we're going to try to steal second with Trammell, get into scoring position, try to get a run in for Parrish. And he steals second base. So runner on second. 0-1 count to Parrish. And Parrish hits it right back to Kingman. And there's the third out. So strand the runner at second. We go to the bottom of the first. Here is the lineup for the Oakland A's. Batting leadoff. Playing shortstop is Tony Phillips. Batting second and in left field, Derek Bryant. Batting third and at first base is Royal Stillman. Batting cleanup and at third base is Wayne Gross. Batting fifth and catching is Mike Heath. Batting sixth and DHing is Tim Hosley. Batting seventh and in right field is Mike Davis. Batting eighth and at second base is Shooty Babbitt. And batting ninth and in center field is Mike Edwards. On the mound for Detroit, Bruce Robbins making his third start. 1-0, 2.08 ERA. Been pretty solid as a 21-year-old, making 3 starts so far, and being a left-hander, that usually gives us a weird advantage against our opponents. So let's see if we can take us to our 4th straight win as Phillips hits a ground ball to second. There's 1 down. Next up is Derek Bryant. Bryant hits a ground ball to Trammell, 2 down. And lefty on lefty as Royal Stillman steps in. And he slices it to left field. And it's caught by Gibby for the third out. We go to the top of the second. No score. Gary Hancock leads off the top of the second inning. And it's caught by Edwards in center field. 1 down for Dan Gonzalez, batting .429. He has actually been pretty sharp. He had his first major league home run in the last series. And he pops out for the second out. Next up is Gibson looking for his first home run of the season. He strikes out. So we go to the bottom of the second. Wayne Gross leading off. Gross hits a ground ball to short. Trammell has it for the first out, 1 down. Up next is Mike Heath. Oh, I thought that was going to be the first hit for the A's. But Trammell snares it. Throws out Heath. So 2 down for Tim Hosley. First time we've seen him. And he hits a ground ball to Whitaker. Go to the top of the third. Still no score. Richie Hebner. 2 for 2 with a walk against Brian Kingman. And he jacks it into the right center field bleachers. That is the 16th home run for Hebner, and back-to-back games. He had one in yesterday's second game of the doubleheader. So 1-0 Detroit. Here's Omar Moreno. Omar walks. So we've got some speed at first. Here's Sweet Lou. Lou hits a ground ball right to second, and that's a double play. So that did not work out as well as I'd hoped it would, and Trammell grounds out to second. We get on the board with a home run from Richie Hebner. Bottom of third, Mike Davis leading off, and Davis hits a ground ball to second. There's 1 down. Next up is Shooty Babbitt, batting .154 versus lefties. And there's the first hit for the A's. Babbitt on first. Mike Edwards, number 9 hitter, is up. He hits a ground ball to Trammell. Oh, that should have been 2. but Babbitt is safe at second. We go back to the top of the lineup with Tony Phillips, and there's a base hit up the middle. And, I thought he was going to score, but he did not, as Babbitt had to hold at third. So first and third for Derek Bryant. He's a 300 hitter versus left-handers. And I don't know what happened there, but it was a strike. So 0-1 count. And Bryant hits a fly ball to Moreno, and Moreno has it for the third out. So no damage done. We go to the fourth. 1-0 Detroit. Here's JT. JT walks. That's 2 walks for Kingman. Next up is Lance Parrish, 1 for 3 with a walk against Kingman. And he hits a fly ball to center field. And Edwards makes the catch. So 1 down. Thompson at first. Here's Gary Hancock. He rips it right down the right field line. Base hit. Thompson goes to third. And we are going to hit and run with Dan Gonzalez. And he gets a ground ball base hit over the bag at second. Thompson scores, and it is 2-0. Dan Gonzalez. Look at that. Maybe trying to make the roster for next season. And Kingman walks Gibby. So 1 down. Bases are loaded for Richie Hebner. 3 for 3 with a home run and a walk against Brian Kingman. Boom! Grand salami. Amazing. You cannot get Richie Hebner out. I want 9 Richie Hebners against Brian Kingman. 6-0 Detroit. 5 RBIs for Hebner as Moreno grounds out to third base. And Whitaker strikes out. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 6-0. Bruce Robbins only at 36 pitches. Stillman leads off the inning by grounding to Thompson at first. 1 down. And Wayne Gross hits a ground ball to second. And it's 2 outs. Here's Mike Heath batting 140 on the season. And he pops it straight up in foul ground. And it's caught by Parrish for the third out. We go to the fifth. 6-0. Here's Trammell leading off the inning. He gets a blooper into center field. It falls in for a base hit. And we don't need to try to stretch it into a double. Going to give Thompson a chance to get a hit or maybe a double play. Maybe a hit. Is it going to fall in? Oh, it's caught by Edwards. That's the first out of the inning. Next up is Parrish. And Parrish hits a ground ball to second. And there's another double play. So, Strand. Well, actually, I guess we didn't strand any runners, right? Because there was a double play. So, we go to the bottom of the fifth. Tim Hosley leads off against Bruce. Strikes him out. That's only the first K for Robbins. 1 down. Whoa, back-to-back Ks as Davis strikes out. Here's Shooty Babbitt, one of the 2 hits today for the A's. And he hits a line drive to right field. It's caught by Hancock, and we go to the 6th. Gary Hancock leading off the inning. And maybe a base hit. Is it going to fall in? It is not. It's caught by the right fielder, Mike Davis. So 1 down for Dan Gonzalez. And he slices it into left center field. Catch is made by Bryant. And that will bring up Gibby. And Gibby pops it up. Kingman now listed as tired. So let's go ahead and pull up the in-game stats. it's all Richie Hebner. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. And I guess we have to let Robbins pitch, right? This will be his last inning. As Edwards bloops it into left field, caught by Gibby. There's 1 down. Switch hitter Tony Phillips up next. Ground ball right past Whitaker for a base hit. Phillips has 2 hits, 2 of the 3 hits by the A's. Next up is Derek Bryant. He hits a ground ball to short, and they turn 2. So a great job by Robbins. 6 scoreless innings. And that's going to be all for Kingman as you bring in Rick Camp. Traded over here midseason from Atlanta. But he's 3-2 with a 6.54 for Oakland. 20 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponents batting .303 against him. So here's Richie Hebner. I wish he could have had one more at bat against Kingman as Hebner hits a ground ball to short. So 1 down for Omar Moreno. And Moreno bloops it into left center field. It falls in for a hit. A little duck snort. Yeah, let's go for 2. He's got the speed. He's out. All right. So 2 down. Oh, Sweet Lou goes Oppo Taco. That is Whitaker's 14th home run on the year. Nice job. 7-0 lead now. And Trammell hits it to center field. Caught by Edwards. That's the 3rd out. So we're going to the bottom of the 7th. And we're going to take out Bruce Robbins. Great job. Brought his ERA down to 1.42. And so we have a 7-run lead, and we have a couple lefties. So we're going to throw in Dave Rucker to get a couple outs here, hopefully. Oh, Royal Stillman is 1 for 1 with a home run against Rucker. And Rucker gets the better of Stillman as he grounds out to Trammell. It's 1 down. And then he strikes out Wayne Gross. Nicely done. We're going to give him a shot to get the poor hitting Mike Heath. And Heath hits a ground ball to Whitaker. And there we go. So we go to the top of the 8th inning. Jason Thompson leading off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk today. And he hits a ground ball to short. Just for a second, I thought that might get through. Up next is Parrish, also 0 for 3 today. He hits a ground ball to first base, and Stillman makes the play. That'll leave it up to Gary Hancock. And he gets a base hit to left field. It's 2 for 4. And let's try it again. You can't throw it out twice. There we go. There's a double for Hancock. Stretching it. So 2 down. Dan Gonzalez hits a ground ball to short, and that'll be the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-0. We're going to bring in a righty. We're going to bring in Andy Raplogle, who's been pitching just amazing in relief. So we'll give him an inning here. Tim Hosley leads off by grounding to short. There's 1 down. Here's the lefty Mike Davis. Oh, he strikes him out. 2 down for Shooty Babbitt. Shooty walks. So runner on first, 2 down. Mike Edwards, number 9 hitter's up. He's 0 for 2 today. And he hits a fly ball to center field. And we go to the 9th. They're keeping Rick Camp in there as Gibby steps in and strikes out. Gibby, I'm trying to play him every day, but he has not really done much. 0 for 3 today with a walk. Here's Hebner, who's pretty much got a lock on player of the game. pops out to short. That's 2 down. Next up is Omar Moreno. Ground ball to third. That ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the ninth, 7-0 Detroit. We're going to let Replogle pitch. See how this goes. Infield hit for Tony Phillips. Only the 4th hit for the A's. This will be Replogle's last batter. We got some lefties coming up. And Bryant's going to get a bloop hit into left center field. Oh, no, it's caught. Whoa, I did not expect that. So Moreno making a great catch. And that'll be it for Replogle. And we're going to let Keith Comstock finish out the game. Comstock pitching better of late. And that could be 2 to end the game. Yes, it is. Good job by Comstock. Tigers win 7-0. A great game. Richie Hebner definitely player of the game. Look at that. That is 18 innings in a row that the Tigers have held the A's scoreless. Let's take a look at the standings. Boo, Yankees win. And so we gain no games. And we are really right on the precipice of being eliminated. Let's take a look at the National League. Minnesota, I saw, was eliminated now. Yeah, I mean, LA. Oh, man, both teams have lost 3 in a row. And San Diego coming on strong, only 4.5 back, winning 7 in a row. Nicely done. And Philadelphia is on the verge of falling all the way back to 3rd. They were right there. 1 game back of Montreal not too long ago. Let's take a look at the transactions. Nothing of note. Let's pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe if you're new to this channel. 1981 season replay is right around the corner. Going to have some innovations. Going to have all new baseball cards to show. That'll be a lot of fun. Man, good job by Bruce Robbins. He will not get the player of the game, but he certainly deserves it. But we're going to give it to Hebner. It's an obvious choice. 2 home runs, 5 ribbies. Brian Kingman takes a loss, 11 and 14. Don't forget Whitaker's 14th home run. So a great job. Back to 4 games winning streak for the Tigers. And that's going to be it from Oakland. We will be back tomorrow with Game 4 of the series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.